Barbados and Dominica receive COVID-19 vaccines. That's our top story in your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Tuesday, February 9. Thanks for joining us. A momentous occasion in the fight against COVID-19. That's how Prime Minister Mia Mottley described the arrival of 100,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine from India this evening as she addressed a live update from Elara Court. She also praised the generosity of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
These are parts of the first batch of a potential 200,000 doses for Barbados. We are asking and hoping that we can purchase the remaining 100,000 from the government and people of India. And of course, the 70,000 doses which you see will come off the plane in Dominica very shortly are for the people of Dominica, and they too would expect hopefully that they too can get a second batch in a few weeks or 6 to 8 weeks if possible. We are still in the negotiations for that second batch, but we really want at this stage to say thank you to the people and government of India. Truly, this has been a very special moment for our people. And I really want to thank Prime Minister Modi for his quick, decisive, and magnanimous action in allowing us to be the beneficiary of these vaccines which they have given us for our people, and indeed in sending it in the shortest possible time to aid in our fight.
Honorary Consul to India, Dr. Mohini Harris, described the generous donation as a special gift to Barbados, disclosing that other Caribbean countries will soon benefit.
This is called Maitri, which means friendship. So it's a gesture of friendship and solidarity from the government and people of India to the government and people of Barbados. The Covishield vaccine is made in India, vaccine under the auspicious Oxford AstraZeneca. The similar gesture of friendship and solidarity with other countries in the region has been extended, and they will also be receiving the Made in India Covishield vaccine very soon.
Prime Minister Mottley says authorities will outline the vaccine rollout plan shortly, and she assured that the AstraZeneca vaccine is the right option for Barbados.
It has gone through the most rigorous testing and approval protocols and is currently being safely administered in hundreds of, thousands of people, whether in Europe, Asia, South America, and Africa. We have had some discussions recently, but even with all of the vaccines that exist, we are likely to have a period of time where boosters are going to be required because we are fundamentally in a race against time with respect to variations and mutations of the vaccine. But we do believe that of all the vaccines out there, this is one of the most suitable ones for Barbados and other tropical nations like our own, because the temperatures required for storage are not as rigorous as some of the other vaccines, although we are ensuring that if necessary, we are in a position to also be able to store some of the more rigorous ones that require minus 80 degrees. This one, however, is stored at temperatures that we are accustomed to in our country.
Mottley worked closely with her Dominican counterpart Roosevelt Skerritt, and this evening, the regional security system delivered 6 boxes of the vaccine to Roseau. Also expressing gratitude to the government of India, Skerritt said it would allow his country to roll out its biggest vaccination campaign, and he urged Dominicans to get on board.
I have been advised by the Ministry of Health that we will start the vaccination exercise on February 22nd, 2021. And we will ensure, as been advised by the Ministry of Health, that the frontline workers will be the first to receive the vaccines, and also our senior citizens who are at risk, and members of Cabinet and Parliament. I have been assured by the Ministry of Health that all systems have been put in place to ensure that recipients of the vaccine will be diligently monitored throughout the vaccination process.
Barbados and Dominica will share their vaccines with the members of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States to facilitate the vaccination of frontline workers and the most vulnerable. In other news, the homeless shelter in Bridgetown is now closed after a client at the facility tested positive for COVID-19. President of the Barbados Alliance to End Homelessness, Kimar Safri, told Barbados Today over 40 staff members and other clients are now quarantined in the building awaiting results of their PCR tests. Initial tests have so far been negative. According to Safri, several clients left the building before the Alliance found out about the positive case and are now among the general population. As a result, he has asked the government to pause all public feedings while the Alliance assists authorities trying to find those who left the building. Safri has asked members of the public to stay away from homeless persons at this time.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To the regions, Guyana's education authorities say they are likely to announce the 2020 results for the Caribbean Secondary and Education Certificate and the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination on Wednesday. Word of this from the Education Minister, who told reporters that Guyana has almost completed its lengthy review process with the CXC following last year's controversial exam results.
Cape, it's 93%, and the number that's outstanding, we have 33 reviews for Guyana left to be done. CSEC, I think it's 120 something, don't hold me to that number, somewhere around there, that are outstanding to be done. The problem is all of this is happening in Barbados, and Barbados is currently on the COVID lockdown. So and CXC had promised to the Caribbean that they would finish the the review process, which would be remarking and so on, by by January 2021. CXC has said that they're going to attempt to offer, nothing is confirmed. I know people say CXC has put out timetables and so on. There's a COSHAD meeting on the 28th of this month where these things are going to be ratified if they will happen. So even the CXC timetable is not certain. It's a draft. CXC hopes to say to us, as a Caribbean, that they're going to allow students who don't feel comfortable writing this year to write next year and use the same SBAs, either in January, whichever courses are being offered. Now, CXC doesn't offer the entire gamut of subjects in January, only some are offered.
On the international front, U.S. senators voted today to move forward with Donald Trump's impeachment trial on a charge of inciting the deadly assault on the Capitol, rejecting a claim the proceeding was unconstitutional.
It was an historic day in the United States as the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump got underway.
On this vote, the ayes are 56, the nays are 44.
6 Senate Republicans sided with Democrats to rule that the proceedings were constitutional and could therefore go ahead. Republicans had argued that Trump cannot be convicted because he no longer holds office. Democrats say that logic sets a dangerous precedent and would give carte blanche to any president to act with constitutional impunity in the final weeks in office.
If you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Democrats started by showing a jarring video montage of the events that prompted Donald Trump's impeachment, the January 6th riots on the U.S. Capitol.
You ask what a high crime and misdemeanor is under our Constitution? That's a high crime and misdemeanor. If that's not an impeachable offense, then there is no such thing.
After an emotional closing to the first argument, it was Trump's defense lawyers' turn to talk. In a 50-minute bewildering opening speech, Trump's first legal representative mostly failed to present any legal rebuttal to the House Democrats, at one point admitting they had changed tack after listening to the opposition's opening arguments. Then they went on the attack.
I mean, let's understand why we are really here. We are really here because the majority in the House of Representatives does not want to face Donald Trump as a political rival in the future. That's the real reason we're here.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.